DC's movies have been confusing, to say the least. And I really want them to have a solid timeline, or at least a solid way to organize the movies. So I did it. You have to start with a timeline. Now, this is a little messy, so stay tuned. Now, as it is, I think that there are 3 movies that will always happen. Very much so, it's easy to squeeze them into these universes, and it does make sense on which. One that hasn't come out yet, Black Adam. Of course, the one that took place during World War II, Wonder Woman, and the 1984 Wonder Woman. We can assume these 3 have taken place, because they don't really break or ruin the rest of the universe. There is still enough time between all of the movies. So Black Adam, Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman 19. There is one that I could count as a always happen one, but I don't know yet. So I won't count it. But Man of Steel. As it is, there's nothing too world-breaking. This is just kind of the start of the main timeline. Wonder Woman 1984 takes place way beyond Batman in his time, but we don't know who is Superman yet in the Robert Pattinson one, and how that will tie into the DC universe, so Man of Steel technically does. Then we get good old, one of my favorites, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. This one doesn't seem to really too much discredited, but it does start something. The Snyderverse, as I'll call it, or just the Zack Snyder movie trilogy, I guess. And I'll really call it the Cut trilogy, because after all, if you think about it, all of the, cuts, the Snyder Cut, the Ayer Cut for Suicide Squad, and probably the other 3 Zack Snyder verse movies will probably come out through HBO Max. I would see that happening. Them being in their full lengths, that would actually be really nice. But then we have the Earth Prime one, which I'll just call that for right now, which is, of course, the normal Justice League, the theatrical cut. And in between Batman v Superman, it seems like we got Suicide Squad, and then, of course, after JL, we got... So after Batman v Superman, we get 2 movies. Suicide Squad and Justice League. And then after that, we get Shazam. I think Shazam takes place after that, and I'm assuming that Flashpoint, the Flash solo movie, will take place after that too. Now here are some things that I'm thinking that will happen. Of course, we're getting the Keatonverse, Batman and Batman Returns. So that will tie in. Then we're also probably going to see all the rest of the DC films be in that new timeline. That could also involve Ben Affleck's Batman, but most likely could involve Robert Pattinson's Batman from Earth 2, which I don't find it that much out of the loop that Earth 2, that Black Adam, Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman 1984, after all, Cheetah and Wonder Woman look very similar as they do in those movies in the leaked set photos from the new Batman movie. I could see that these 3 are the ones that don't break the timeline. And of course, before Flashpoint, we will probably... I think it's safe to assume that before Flashpoint happens, Barry meets Barry from the CW. Now, after all that's said and done, we would have a straight timeline to resolve all this nonsense, where HBO Max can continue the Zack Snyder stuff, and all the other stuff can be continued like normal. It would just say, things have changed. Certain people are now certain other people. I don't think that time difference could be too abhorrent to believe that now Batman is younger, and that's it. So, yeah, DC could continue with this normal Flashpoint timeline from then on. And they could also use this as a time to keep the Elseworld belief going on until they do some Crisis on Infinite Earths thing, which I'm thinking that they're setting up. After all, the CW felt, if anything, like a test for that, which they are going to do more and more and more and more later on. Thank you for watching. If you do like this video, please leave a like. I will try to make a prettier looking timeline, and I will put that up somewhere. This is just my best guess. I could be wrong. Thank you for watching anyway, though. Thank you.